Hi everybody, thanks for visiting my channel, and in this video I'm going to be talking about chakras and all those energy points in the body. And I'm also going to be talking about what happens when those energy points are blocked or when there's a lot of trauma in the body and how that can cause sickness and disease. So the first chakra that we're going to be talking about is your root chakra, which is located at the base of your spine. This chakra is responsible for feeling secure, feeling grounded, feeling safe. It's also where your fear can get out of control. So if your root chakra has a lot of trauma attached to it, or if it's blocked, you could be having a lot of very overwhelming fear. You could be very nervous, anxiety. You could be very insecure about your safety. Also, you could feel fatigued. You could be constipated. You can feel very sluggish. You can have bladder issues. You can have colon issues. Colon issues seem to be the number one physical sickness or disease, like a colon cancer, when your root chakra is very traumatized. You can also have prostate issues. That's another big one. Also, the overwhelming sense of fear. If you do not control your fear, you can become very, very sick. So what's happening now with the dark agenda with the virus, it's scaring a lot of people, and it's literally making them so imbalanced in their root chakra. And it's very, very hard for people to function when they're constantly afraid. Their amygdala is working overtime. The cortisol and the adrenaline is being pumped into their system, and their body has to process that somehow. It becomes a very toxic situation. So next we move to the sacral chakra, which is right above the root chakra. And that is responsible for your feelings, your emotions, your creativity, your sex, your pleasure. It's also responsible for your reproductive system and the processes that are involved. And it's also responsible for your relationships, your desires. Now, if there are blockages or any trauma to your sacral chakra, you're going to have reproduction problems. You're going to have UTIs. You're going to have PMS, really bad PMS. You're going to have infections. You'll have an increase or decrease in sexual desires. You could have anxiety, you could have a lot of instability, you could have a lot of depression. And one of the things I've noticed with males is when their sacral chakra is weak or there's blockages, they become addicted to pornography. And if they become too addicted and they watch it too much, the sacral chakra becomes weak enough to where entities can enter and control them and make them completely addicted and control them from within. And that seems to be a very, very serious problem that we're having today because of how readily available the pornography is, especially violent pornography going into the darker stuff. Also, if you've been sexually abused, it can create a lot of heavy, heavy trauma within your sacral chakra, which causes a lot of physical symptoms. It can cause anemia. It can cause hypoglycemia. It can cause joint pain. It can cause you to have low energy. It can cause issues with your kidneys, and you can develop endometriosis and have very, very serious, painful PMS. The third chakra, right above the sacral chakra, is called the solar plexus. Now, that is in the belly area. And the solar plexus is responsible for your personal power, your personality, your ego. It's also responsible for your confidence, your personal freedom, and your choices and authenticity. Now, when your solar plexus is out of balance, blocked, or has had some trauma, you're going to feel the physical symptoms in your stomach, your kidneys, your liver, your adrenal glands, the digestive system. You might have ulcers, you might have diarrhea. You could have a lot of nausea, bloating, indigestion. The next chakra is right above the solar plexus, which is the heart chakra. And the heart chakra is responsible for forgiveness, empathy, love, and compassion. Now, if you've experienced a lot of trauma to your heart chakra, you may have been betrayed and you're holding on to old memories. You may have a lot of stress from emotional pain. You could have high blood pressure, heart palpitations. When there's an imbalance in your heart chakra, you could be giving too much and not receiving enough, which causes a lot of fatigue, and it depletes your energy. The most severe that I've seen as far as the heart chakra being weak or dim, or there's not enough compassion, there's not enough empathy, I've seen a lot of people have heart attacks. And one of my dad's friends, I noticed back in 2015 that his heart chakra was very dim and it was very weak, and it literally felt like it was like a cold metal box. And I just found out that last December he had a heart attack. So I wasn't surprised. It was sad, but I wasn't surprised. So the next chakra right above the heart is your throat chakra, which is responsible for communication, self-expression, and the ability to speak your personal truth. So when your throat chakra is blocked or there's a lot of trauma in that area, you can have a very hard time communicating. You can have thyroid problems. You could feel like you're choking at times when you're trying to communicate. It can cause sore throats, tonsillitis, hearing difficulties. You could have a harder time expressing your thoughts, or you could be really, really scared to speak out. So the next chakra, right above the throat chakra, is the third eye chakra. And that is responsible for intuition, visions, precognition, clairvoyance. You can see auras. You could have access to mystical states. You can see and feel different dimensions, and you can see and feel different types of energy. And sometimes when your third eye is activating, your head here can throb. You can have this sensation of throbbing. You can be very, very sensitive to light. You can have a very heightened sense of self, and you can also see beyond the obvious. Now, when you have a blockage in that area, you could have problems seeing the bigger picture. You could have problem understanding yourself. You can have problems seeing clearly, with clarity. You could also have a feeling of being stuck and not being able to move forward. The next chakra is the crown chakra. And this chakra connects you to the divine. It gives you a sense of your own divinity. It lifts and inspires you. It gives you awareness that you are a soul in a human body. It can connect you to the invisible world of spirituality. It's responsible for infinite wisdom, unconditional love, and it gives you a sense of unity within the universe and every living being within it. So when you have traumas in that area, or there's a blockage in your crown chakra, you're going to be unwilling to open up to anybody else's ideas, thoughts, or knowledge. It can cause psychosis. It can cause disassociation. It can also cause a feeling of being disconnected and being ungrounded. Now, some of the physical sensations are chronic headaches, dizziness, poor coordination, exhaustion. It could cause brain tumors, issues with the brain tissue. It could cause pain in the eyes or behind the eyes. It can cause neuralgia, and it can also cause migraines. So I hope you enjoyed this crash course in chakras and the effects of trauma within the energy points of your body. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel. And if you would like a reading, I don't charge for readings, but I do take donations on Venmo. And I will see you in the next video.